happened for these drivers. Well, it's all been so far this season about two drivers in particular, Joshua Cook and Luke Millward, and the 2KR Sport teammates, first and second in the championship, first and second on the grid as well for this one.
Yeah, we say that. However, we did see Arthur Farrow won the first round very quick indeed. So I think we kind of, at the first round, counted maybe one of the KR Sport drivers to be the winner, but Farrow came through for the DHR team and took the win.
He did. He's third in the championship points right now. It was a weekend where for Arthur Farrow, he had to build through the course of the weekend, had problems in the heats, was 10th in the intermediate classification. And you can see there, Arthur Farrow actually is going to have to do it again. Starts this one from road number 12. But as you say, took the race win in the final at PF International. Was third in the pre-final as well. So we know that Farrow can race through a field. But yeah, he's going to have to get those overtaking shoes on in this one to keep scoring those points. Because you say Luke Millward, first and seventh of the point scoring classifications last time out. Leads the championship standings by, I think, only a couple of points. Yeah, 2 points over his teammate Joshua Cook, who was second, and third through the 3-point allocating stages at PF International.
Good to see Dean Powell back up at the front.
Yeah.
Dean, very, very strong O-plate. Maybe not as strong on the first round at PFI, but it's good to see that that they're back up at the front.
Yeah, I think for Dean, a lot's been learnt over the last 6 to 9 months, and she's putting it to a really, really good position. He's in that spot where it's knocking on the door for a race victory, and it could have come this weekend. Very nearly took pole position, of course, in this session earlier on. So for Dean, yeah, I think we can see some great performances there in the number 23. We'll be back in a short few moments. More racing to come up here at Larkhall. Micromax out next. Let's take you through the grid. It's an all KR Sports front row for this one. Josh Cook and Luke Millward will start on the front row, looking to recommence the battle that they had at PF International earlier on in the season. Dean Powell there, third on the grid. Great performance from the driver in the number 23. He's joined by George Swire on that second row of the grid. Josh Husker and Max Jolly on row 3. Max Jolly very impressive so far this weekend. Austin Oman won here at the club round 2 weeks ago, starts alongside Maximilian Abrahart.
Row number 5, we have Lucian Smith and Sebastian Bierman. 6, we have Alfie Mayer and Charlie Page. Row 7, we have Chloe McGill from Scotland and Ansel Murray. Row number 8, we have Maria Roberto and James Roots.
Harry Radcliffe and Benedictas Masioka start on row 9. George Climo and Albert Farrow start on row number 10. Logan Rolfe and Harris Barber on row 11. Winner from PFI in the final. Arthur Farrow starts this one from row 12 alongside Hamish Gordon and Buddy Hugo on and Alfie Garrett on row 13. Very interesting qualifying in this one. First of 2 heats for Micromax UK this weekend. There is George Swire just trying to get back alongside Dean Powell on the second row of the grid. I don't think quite has been able to do so. Let's see if they're going to go around again for another formation lap here. But yes, Your two championship leaders, or top two in the championship standings right now on the front row of the grid for this one. Faro currently third in the points. We've got my maths right as well. Sebastian Behrman is fourth. Maximilian Aberhart fifth. Austin Oman sixth. Alfie Mayer, George Swire, Max Jolly and Charlie Page all inside the top 10 right now. Charlie Page was very quick in free practice towards the end of yesterday. Starts this one on the 6th row of the grid. So yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of drivers making overtakes in this race. It's going to be a very competitive field this weekend. The drivers will get themselves formed up. Cook, Millward, Pahal, Swire, Hushka, Jolly, Oman, Aberhart, Smith and Behrman. That is your top 10. Number of drivers looking for their first win of the season as well. The two drivers at the front, the KR Sport teammates, they will look to get a good start once again. Been in this position many times so far this weekend. Into the tram lines they go. 10 minutes are underway. Good start for both of the drivers on the front row of the grid, but it's going to be Cook on the inside. Pahal, he's through into second place in the early stages. Into turn number 3 and then 4 they go. It's looking good so far for the Micromax drivers. They're all through, mostly, yes, they are all through and on their way to turn number 5.
Great start by Max Jolly there, making up some positions into turn 4. Also defending really well. We've got a move there by the number 11 on the 55, who goes back through.
Yeah, that's Austin Oman and Joss Hushka fighting there. Look at this from Dean Pahal all over the rear bumper of the O-plate. Joshua Cook down the inside. Goes Pahal. Oh, it's not quite going to work on this occasion. Here comes Luke Millward in the number 38 down the inside. Good move there from Pahal around the outside to hold on to second place. This is what we've seen, isn't it, Nicole, from the last few weeks, or the last few months rather, from Dean Pahal. A new fight there in the number 23, a new confidence to go for these moves. And yeah, it didn't quite work on that occasion, but it's still there in second place and a good opportunity to go again. Yeah,
I definitely think Dean's found some fire in his belly this season. Great start. Ooh.
Oh, as that's a bit close there with the number 14 getting involved. That's Max Jolly.
That was well held by Max. Held the steering wheel nice and straight. Didn't let the under or oversteer cause a spin for him.
Absolutely. Max Jolly is still very early in his time in karting.
Yeah, and caught up with his mechanic Jordan yesterday at Top Golf, and he was saying, you know, Max has only been doing this since September. Very, very impressive.
And particularly this weekend, I think at PF International, it was a bit of a learning experience for that first round of the year, but has been quick in free practice so far this weekend. 8 minutes of this one to go. End of lap number 2. It's Cook from Pahal, Hushka, Oman, Millward. That is your top 5. Austin Oman currently the fastest driver on the circuit with a 56.31 last time around. Joshua Cook at the front of the order, not breaking away at the moment, but then again, the style of racing that we see here in Micromax is very different to other categories. As Pahal down the inside takes the lead of the race. Well, we saw Dean Pahal take a heat win at the O-plate at the start of the season. Could this be a first one of the weekend here at Larkhall? That was a lovely move down the inside and into the lead.
Also, seeing out the corner of my eye, there's a lot of dust. There's a big dust cloud kind of going over the side of the track. So just wondering which driver has taken probably a bit too much rumble strip.
Indeed, might be Buddy Hugo, because Buddy Hugo's just fallen, unfortunately, down to 26th place as back at the front of the order. Dean Pahal now leading this one from Joshua Cook into turn 3, then turn number 4. Austin Oman, as I say, has been very quick in preparations for this second round of the Vera Tools British Kart Championship season. Right there in third, as here goes Cook down the inside of Pahal. Repeated the same move that we saw from Pahal 1 lap ago. Joshua Cook back into the lead of the race. Austin Oman there in third. Chloe McGill's had a great start, up to 11th place. I think she's really building in confidence through this second round.
Yeah, definitely finding her feet within this championship, I'd say.
There's been a plus 5 second penalty, unfortunately, to George Swire.
Ooh.
As one driver cutting across the grass there. I think it's one of the DHLs. I think that was the the number 42 of Albert Farrow. Talking about brother Arthur Farrow, up 5 spots at the moment for the winner last time out at PF. That's him up to 18th place. That's a new fastest lap for George Swire, so at least the pace is there.
As you say that, George Swire, fastest lap, has been given a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, it has indeed. So for George Swire, this becomes a bit of a time trial, and I hope to get as far down the road as possible and still have a good final position. The trouble is right now, George Swire's got all that pace and 4 drivers fighting hard right ahead of him. Oman's got through past Pahal for 2nd place on the road. George Swire is now past Jos Huska, it would seem, for 4th place.
Get 30% off car care and cleaning. To keep your ride looking.
5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining on the clock, and it's still very much all to be decided in this one. Not quite into the second half of the time, of course. But it's Joshua Cook at the front of the order. Looking pretty comfortable right now. He's got 0.3 out ahead of the rest of the order. This is the thing, because Austin Oman has closed in on the fastest part of the circuit and taken the lead of the race. Well, Austin Oman, Pahal down the inside. Lovely stuff again from Dean Pahal. He just seems to be on the ball with these overtakes, so brave on the brakes. That was a bold one down the inside. He's into 2nd place.
Yeah, this front pack, they're almost going, it's my turn, no, it's my turn, no, it's my turn.
Very, very good. And well, the one driver who won't be enjoying this right now is George Swire with that 5-second penalty, but it has been able to get up to 3rd place. If George Swire can get to the very front, let's see if the fastest lap pace is there to break away. I don't think he's going to be able to get 5 seconds clear of the others, but you know, to get maybe a top 8, maybe even the top 5 as this race goes on, could be the aim for George Swire right now in the number 82 once that penalty has been applied. I'll tell you who else is having a good race, Nicole. George Climo has gone up to 8th. He's gone up 8 places and is into 11th. A good run there for the Coles Racing pilot. Back with our battle for the lead though, and still holding this one ahead of the others. Dean Pahal in 2nd place.
As you were saying about Coles yesterday, caught up with Aaron Charles, one of their TMs. They weren't quite happy with the performances done in the practices, but so far today with Hugh Moulton and, like you said just then, George, Harrison Crowther as well, having a much better day today.
Yeah, they definitely have got on top of things overnight and improving through timed qualifying. There's a move for 3rd place. That is Cook back down the inside of George Swire. George Swire didn't look too pleased about that one. I think you can see Alfie Mayer joining this group as well in the number 15 for Zip Factory team with the black and yellow details. That tells you about the pace of this race, that great fun, great overtaking at the very front of the order, but it is off there and back onto the circuit. That is the number 82 of George Swire. Well, this race just isn't going Swire's way right now, back down to 8th place, and all the while, that 5-second penalty is going to be moving him down to around 15th place as things stand.
Battle going on as well for 6th between Max Jolly and Jos Huska.
Yeah, it's been a good run so far this weekend for Huska. Was 9th in the final at PF. Had an up and down, 13th in the final at PF. It was an up and down weekend for driver racing. Another one of the drivers for Sam Pollitt Racing. And as a team, they do look in really good form so far this weekend, SPR. They have a driver in the lead of this race right now. His name is Austin Oman. Less than a tenth of a second clear of Dean Pahal, though, the first of the drivers for RCE. We've also got Alfie Garrett, Ansel Murray in this race of RCE, as there's a driver off just looking out of our window stranded out of the tight hairpin. We'll get back to that in a moment. I think
is that one of the Farrow brothers?
Yeah, I think it's Arthur Farrow. Arthur Farrow has not come through sector number 3. So that is a real shame for the winner last time out. Falls to 26th place, so a drive that we were talking about coming through the field. And on a recovery, as back through comes Pahal, retakes the lead of the race. Yellow flags out through the next part of the circuit, but the move was done, at least from our vantage point, well before that. It's an opportune move for Dean Pahal, because we always say, don't we, Nicole, one of the earliest opportunities, the best opportunities to re-overtake when you've just lost the lead is immediately away. Because they were running through yellow flags, that opportunity simply wasn't there for Austin Oman. So no need for Dean Pahal to defend through that part of the course. He now leads with 2 laps to go, quarter of a second clear of the rest. Into turn 3 then. Dean Pahal checks over the shoulder. It's a good move for Joshua Cook coming in here. Maybe an opportunity into turn 5. Instead, Cook is going to help Oman to get back down the inside and retake the lead of the race from Pahal. Pahal's going to have to fight in here to keep into second, maybe even to third, because here comes Luke Millward now as well. So Oman retakes the lead.
Who am I? I'm the doctor. Want to come with?
24/7 customer support from real people, not robots. Search Chase Bank.
But this has been I think this is going to be the story of the weekend for Micromax. This is going to be a category where no one's going to be able to dominate. It's going to produce some very exciting racing.
Joshua Cook there going into the last corner was signalling quite passionately to Pal, follow me, let's go, instead of overtaking.
Absolutely. Alfie Mayor's up to 5th place now. That's a gain of 6 for the driver in the number 15. Max Jolly's just set the fastest lap of the race. There could be a squabble there for the last spot in the top 5. Who's going to be able to hold on for this race victory, though? Austin Oman leads into crucial turn number 5. It's Pahal down the inside of Cook this time. That's another great move from Dean Pahal. Up into second place. The move was on and he went for it into the banked hairpin. Pahal's having a look down the inside. Is there too much speed? There isn't too much speed, but it's still going to be side by side. Oman with a great run out of the banked hairpin. Retakes the lead through the chicane towards the final corner now. Who's going to take race victory? It's going to be a drag race to the line. Oman is going to just hold on by 0.11 of a second ahead of Dean Pahal. Luke Millward takes 3rd ahead of his teammates, Joshua Cook in 4th and Alfie Mayor 5th. Well, no disrespect to the other classes. Nicole, I think we've just seen race of the weekend so far there.
Dean Pahal is not afraid of making an ambitious overtake. He, that was impressive by Dean.
Yeah, no, really, really good stuff from all drivers involved in Micromax, but it's the winner from the WSKC round that preceded us here in the Vera Tools British Kart Championships at Larkhall. It takes the first heat of the weekend. 0.1 of a second clear of Dean Pahal. One of the best results for the RCE driver so far this season within the championship. Luke Millward in 3rd, Joshua Cook 4th, Alfie Mayor 5th, Max Jolly P6 ahead of Josh Hushka, George Swire, Lucian Smith and Sebastian Behm, and that is the top 10. Good drive from George Climo up to 11th place ahead of James Roots and Alfie Garrett. Alfie Garrett, I think, was your biggest mover in that race. Yes, up 13 spots, so another bit of overtaking prowess from an RCE driver there. Harry Radcliffe 14th ahead of Benedictas Masiokas 15th. Maximilian Eberhardt 16th ahead of Maria Roberto. Albert Farrow in 18th place. Ansel Murray and Hamish Gordon. Good to see Hamish Gordon moving up there. The privateer, first time we've seen Hamish so far this season. P20, Logan Rolfe, Charlie Page, Chloe McGill, Buddy Hugo and Harris Barber complete the 25 finishers. You can see there's one car still running out there. Dean Pahal is running. I'm a bit confused by that. That's why the number 23 is still circulating, but never mind that right now. One retirement in that race. Arthur Farrow, P26. A retirement 4 laps from the end. Well, that completes things for the first heat for Micromax. The next time we will see the Micromax drivers out on circuits will be